SciMate has been doing an incredible job at that, finding us schools that are looking for new enrichments that can be taught by these local teachers. Yeah, overall, it's been a really good experience, and SciMate's been great to work with. I would just say that the biggest value that I've seen from SciMate is the white glove service. Your costs are in line with other companies that aren't necessarily helping us to actually book the meetings. They're just sending the emails. But SciMate adds that additional layer in of the human approach, where it's not just infrastructure. They set up the infrastructure, you send the emails, but then you also reply to the emails to help us book meetings, which is a massive lift. Very, very likely to recommend. I think, just generally speaking, I would say that all the teammates I've spoken with, including both of you, are very easy to work with, friendly, and smart. Hey guys.
How you doing, Todd?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks again for taking this time. Let's start with who you are, what's your position, and where do you work at?
Great. Yeah, Todd Rose. I'm the head of growth over at Grasshopper Kids. My background is on the marketing agency side, where I've co-founded a marketing agency in my past. Now working with Grasshopper Kids as the head of growth and driving long-term value through various marketing channels, one of which is cold email.
Awesome. Amazing. Tell me more, a little bit, a 2-minute quick summary on Grasshopper Kids.
Grasshopper Kids, we're a marketplace where we connect schools with local teachers who are unique and exceptional and have something to share with students in the area. At the end of the day, our main goal is meetings booked, and SciMate has been doing an incredible job at that, finding us schools that are looking for new enrichments that can be taught by these local teachers. Yeah, overall, it's been a really good experience, and SciMate's been great to work with.
What were you doing in terms of outbound before working with SciMate? Were you doing it internally? Were you working with another agency? Just have to do that.
Before working with SciMate, we were trying to do everything internally, and it was a giant mess. It was very hard to keep things like deliverability, in the green across the various domains we had. So we realized pretty quickly that the real solution was going to be to bring on a partner to help us scale this marketing channel, because we knew that cold email was working very well for us as a company. So why not go all in with it and really make sure that we're working with the professionals that do this on the daily. The headaches we encountered internally were things with deliverability. Also, I would just say figuring out new ways of generating lead lists. I feel like we've tapped almost every resource to build lists, from working with other third parties to scraping Google Maps to looking on LinkedIn. And at the end of the day, I think the combined approach that SciMate has brought to the table has really helped a lot with building lists that not only generate leads, but also get a response at the end of the day. And that's really what we're looking for.
Awesome. I think you replied to 2 of my questions on the problems you were trying to solve and what you were trying and the frustrations. But tell me about the results that you've achieved so far with SciMate. What do you think the impact of working with us has been?
Yeah, I think that's an easy one. I'm smiling for a reason, because I can tell you the before and the after. So before with SciMate, we were restricted with how much we could get out. It was an output issue, and we were probably booking around 10 meetings a month. And I would say this week in particular, now that we're really kind of running through some larger scale campaigns, I think I saw that we're at something around 35 total meetings booked in about a month and a half. So we're definitely exceeding expectations from that point of view. And we're getting meetings that matter.
Amazing. That's amazing to hear. Cool. So describe working with us. In what area did you get the most value from our partnership?
I was thinking about this one because I did interview and speak with a lot of other agencies, probably about 4 total. And what I kept getting back was different ways of approaching it. But at the end of the day, I would just say that the biggest value that I've seen from SciMate is the white glove service. Your costs are in line with other companies that aren't necessarily helping us to actually book the meetings. They're just sending the emails. But SciMate adds that additional layer in of the human approach, where it's not just infrastructure. They set up the infrastructure, you send the emails, but then you also reply to the emails to help us book meetings, which is a massive lift from our point of view, because our account managers no longer have to reply to a cold email every 5 minutes to try to book a meeting. It's really SciMate takes the whole process on from the very beginning until a meeting is booked. And that is a massive benefit for us from a personnel standpoint, a time standpoint, and just the best use of our time standpoint.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Now, kind of an obvious question, give your response, but how likely are you to recommend us?
I would say very high. I've already been doing some of that, so you should be happy to know that. Very, very likely to recommend. I think, just generally speaking, I would say that all the teammates I've spoken with, including both of you, are very easy to work with, friendly, and smart.
Amazing. Awesome. And then the last one, this is just as we try to get better every time, how can we improve? What can we improve?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I would just say is that I was trying to put some thought into this. So I know we have a dashboard. The dashboard is helpful for sort of reporting purposes on just the numbers. Something a little more visual might be helpful. I think, especially in some of the presentations that I'm giving to our company, would be just sort of a graph, some sort of a graphical interface to show us, bar chart or a line chart, how we're doing week over week, month over month. And maybe that's the one thing I would really suggest.
I think I'm gonna respond to you right now. Let me share my screen, or maybe Hazmat, you can do that. But on Airtable, you can convert all of that data into graphs, into the interface. So Hazmat, I don't know if you can record a quick little video showing Todd how to do it, but he will do that afterwards. But really appreciate this time. That's all we've got, Todd. We really appreciate this testimonial. And honestly, I'm very happy with the results, and I don't expect things to slow down. And I'll keep Hazmat to keep pushing that meeting volume there.